What's going on, guys? I'm pretty excited for today's video. We're going to find out how many hockey legends you have to add to Team Japan before they can win a Stanley Cup. I actually saw this idea on Instagram a year or two ago. I couldn't find who the original account was that came up with it. I apologize. If you watch this video, dude, let me know in the comments. But pretty simple, guys. We're starting out with Team Japan, the lowest rated team in the game. 45 offense, 43 defense, 49 goaltending. We're going to simulate one season, see how they do. I'm sure they're going to get blown out. Maybe they'll get a couple wins. And then after that, we'll add Wayne Gretzky to the team. I'm sure we're still not going to be very good. The next year, we'll add Lemieux to the team. Then Patrick Roy, so on and so forth. Basically, we're just taking from the best legends in the game. And we're going to see how long it takes for Japan's actually making the playoffs. And then, of course, competing for a Stanley Cup. My prediction is it's going to take 12 seasons. As by then, our top 6 forwards, top 4 D, and starting goaltender will all be legends. And the rest of the players you guys can see are these Japanese players here. So we have 2 in the 60s, which we're going to keep forever, I guess. And then the rest there all in the 50s. Now, unfortunately, you can't sub an international team into franchise mode, so we have to just use season mode here. You can see there just like the default settings, I think, other than trade difficulty. I want to make sure, you know, the trades are realistic. As always, going to sub with the Coyotes here. I feel bad for the Arizona fans, but they're the worst rated team, so has to be them. We're going to sub in Japan here. You guys can see their overall. 45 overall. That's what we're starting out with. So I haven't added any legends to the team yet. I'm just kind of curious to see how good they're going to do as a 45 overall team in the NHL. I'm thinking like literally 2 wins. Just out of sheer luck, we'll somehow get a couple. And real quick, guys, before I start the sim, if you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up on this video, it really helps me out. And so right here, guys, look at the team we're starting out with. As I mentioned, only 2 players in the 60s. Yoshida there and Hirano. Hirano's actually got a game face, which is kind of cool. So these 2 will probably end up being on the team when we do win the Cup, even just, on the 4th line. The rest of the team there, all in the 50s. Same with the defense, all 50s. Goaltending-wise, 53 starter and a 43 backup. It's going to be very cool for sure to see this team get better and better, see, when it is they start competing. But I'm just going to sim this entire season, and we'll see how they do. Alright, guys, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. I was right with my prediction. We finished with 2 wins on the year, 79 losses, and an overtime loss for a total of 5 points. When I said 2 wins, I was half joking, but turned out to be right. So our first win actually came against the Blackhawks in a shootout. I think at that point, we were like 0-15, so that was in Chicago as well. The Chicago fans would have been so upset. After that, we actually got an OT loss to the Rangers. That was at home. I'm not sure where in Japan, but somewhere. Now, that was in December, and not until 3 months later in March, we finally get some points again with a win against the Seattle Kraken. You guys can see just huge losses, like 12-1 to the Jets there, 9-1 to the Avs. Like this team, oh my gosh, 10-2 to the Bruins, 11-0 to the Buffalo Sabres. This team performed as you'd expect. Last 2 games of the year, 10-1, 9-0, and 11-1 there. So, yeah, these are going to be some interesting stats. Shugahara there, I don't think was one of the 260s. He finished with 23 and 82. Let's see, Wakabayashi, 22. Saraski there at D-Man, 18. Oh my gosh, minus 140. These have to be like the worst plus-minus I've ever seen. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised our 260s. There he is, 14 points. I think Yoshida was the other one, yeah. He had 12. Worst plus-minus. Our best plus-minus was 69, nice. And the worst there, Nakamura, minus 176. So, yeah, a rough year there for the first season with Japan, but they're about to add Wayne Gretzky to the team next year, which will definitely help them out. Each goalie got a win. That's kind of cool. Honestly, the save percentage isn't terrible. It's not terrible considering how bad the teams were. .858, .874. Mike Smith has a worse save percentage than that, I'm pretty sure. Goals against average is bad, but I mean, they're facing so many shots. Like, look at that. They didn't stand a chance. Yeah, next year we're going to have Wayne Gretzky to this team and see if he can literally put the team on his back. Also, guys, I almost forgot to show you the awards. I'm just going to do it quickly here because we're probably going to be simulating a lot of seasons. Obviously, you saw the Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup. Individually here, Brad Marchand wins the Art Ross. Shifley Hart, interesting. Some different names here. Kyle Connor, Lady Bing, Raymond Calder, Malkin, Conn Smythe, Kemper, Vezina, William Jennings. Sasaki here on our team gets the Bill Masterton, so that's pretty cool. It usually goes to a player on a bad team, but not always. So the fact we already got a player award in our first year, that was probably just like a pity award, them feeling bad for us. Worst team by far in the history of the NHL. I know this is kind of funny, guys. I added Wayne Gretzky to the team, and they were so bad. Adding Wayne Gretzky didn't change their overall. Still 45, but you got the best player of all time on their roster now, so like I was saying, we'll see if we can make a difference. So right here, guys, look at the lines with Gretzky out of the team. Obviously, he's our first-line center. He's going to be on every single special team. When the season's over, he better have averaged at least 25 minutes of ice time a night. And actually looking at this team, I noticed there's some kind of, like, sleeper stats on some of these guys. Like Yoshida here, has decent passing, 76. He's also got a pretty decent wrist shot there. 79 accuracy, 81 power. For a 60, isn't bad at all. Like, that's honestly better than some junior players. Hirano here, we kind of already mentioned. He's not too bad, but honestly, I think Wakabayashi here is kind of better. Better shot, 74 passing. I also noticed, too, below him, Taro actually has a game face. Tamura here, he's got 80 face-offs, which is pretty good for a 50. This guy here's got 75 face-offs. Also has like a decent shot. So, you know, we'll see if the great one can kind of get the small skills out of some of these guys. Really kind of elevate them essentially to his play style. Again, you go through every single special team. It's all Gretzky, extra attacker, the shootout, the 4-on-4, the 3-on-3. We're relying on him heavily. So we'll see how this team does with Gretzky out of the mix. I'm thinking 5 wins. So I was one off my guess. We finished with 4 wins there, 76 losses, 2 OT losses for 10 points. We have double-digit points now, so there we go. I think we doubled our point total from last year. If we keep doing that, 20, 40, 80, 160, best team ever, and just like, what, 6 legends. All right, so Gretzky, he's the great one for a reason. Had over a point per game, playing with, what, a 60 and a 55 on his line. Yoshida there got 49 as a 60. Hirano there at 38. Those are the 2 guys on his line. Also, I had to check how much time on ice did Gretzky have. Come on, not even 21 minutes a night. We got to be throwing him out there every chance we get. Gretzky had minus 85. What was the best one? Minus 64. That's gone up. Minus 142, I think, maybe slightly better. Looking at our goaltending here. So their save percentage is still, like, not terrible. Again, like, when you're facing that many shots, you got bad D. You really can't complain. The next player we're adding to this team is Lemieux. Him and Gretzky, do we play them together? Do we play them on each line? I'll probably just let, you know, whatever best lines aside. And looking at the awards for this year, you got the Avalanche winning the Cup, who I think are still the favorites. They actually beat Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh almost won back-to-back, although technically it's like a new season every time. McDavid there at Ross, Bergeron Hart, okay. Kucherov, Lady Bing, Raymond Calder again, McKinnon, Conn Smythe, Vasilevsky there, Vezina, but Anderson, William Jennings. Nakamura there, Bill Masterton. I think it was a different player of ours last time. Gretzky got the Selke. They said, you put up 87 points on that team. Even though your plus-minus was so bad, you were playing a strong defensive game to, I don't know, go score that much on that team. You also got the Maurice Richard. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. Let me quickly here check and see how much he beat everyone by. He had 59 goals. Talk about being the great one. Are you kidding me? Won the Maurice Richard with literally no help. He beat Austin Matthews by 10 goals. Dude's the GOAT. Now this is kind of crazy, guys. Even with Gretzky and Lemieux on the team, they're still 45 overall. I don't know if that's like glitch or I don't know. That seems sus to me. And here you guys look at the lines with Gretzky and Lemieux on the team. Using best lines, I actually split them up, which is interesting. So they're hoping, you know, we'll just get more out of our top 6. Yoshida, Gretzky, and Wakabayashi actually did pretty well last year. Like, Gretzky had over a point per game, won the Maurice Richard. Hopefully Lemieux can do decent here. I actually got the 2 guys with game faces on his wings, so I'm hoping, you know, they can make something happen. In terms of special teams, they're playing together on the power play and the 4-man power play. They're actually split up, though, on the PK as well as the 3-man PK. So they're probably thinking, we're down a man, make sure no matter what, one of them's on the ice, which I probably agree with. Of course, they're on all the extra stuff, too. So this will be interesting. Greatest ever. Second greatest ever. What are they going to do? So Gretzky and Lemieux actually exceeded my expectations a little bit. We finished there with 9 wins, 73 losses. So we got 18 points on the year. Good to see, you know, we're continuing to get better. That last season when we put Gretzky on the team, I was actually worried we were going to do worse. And then I think we got all 4 of our wins like after Christmas, which was weird. Gretzky again, over a point per game. He's got 90. We'll see how Lemieux did. 87. Okay, so both over a point per game. Gretzky, though, worst plus-minus this year, minus 94. That's kind of interesting. We'll see. Lemieux had the best plus-minus there at minus 62. Maybe because he's second line, getting better matchups. And then Nakamura there, minus 123. But still, you know, good to see both those guys playing well. Wakabayashi, 56. We'll take that. Then after that, it's a big drop-off. Next highest guy, Taro there, 25. So yeah, definitely still need to add some legends. The goalies really are not, you know, the ones that are kind of stopping this team. I think it's definitely probably the defense. I forgot to do it last time. We'll see here. Where do Gretzky and Lemieux finish in terms of the entire league? Kane got the Art Ross Trophy. Then Gretzky there with 90 points is on the first page. And Lemieux, I think, is probably, yeah, just off of it. And Matthews at 63 goals, geez. So probably no awards this year other than Bill Masterton. And look at this, guys. The Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup this year, beating out the Edmonton Oilers. So McDavid versus Matthews, that would be pretty sick. Individual awards here. Zegras gets a Calder this time. Matthews, Conn Smythe. Milojevic there, William Jennings, that's pretty cool. Nakamura, Bill Masterton again, I believe he won it last time. And of course, no Maurice Richard for us, nor did Gretzky win the Selke, but that's alright. I think we're adding Patrick Waugh to the team next, so we're going to have an amazing goalie now. And look at this, guys. The overall's still 45 after adding Patrick Waugh, but that made me realize the reason it's not changing is because every time we add a legend, they're actually scratched until we get into franchise mode, so the overall isn't going to change. I don't know why that took me so long to realize. I was like, how did you add Gretzky to the team? The overall stays the same, but that is why. And here, guys, when you look at the team, surprisingly, Best Lines has Lemieux playing with Gretzky, so I'm just going to go with it. I think they had him on the right wing, but Lemieux is such a good shooter. Like, 99 for both shot accuracies, perfect hands. Makes more sense, I think, him on the left. Hopefully, he'll score a ton of goals. If you guys are wondering, too, Gretzky stats, he is basically perfect offensively. We got Wakabayashi there on the right wing. The second line now is almost all 60s, so that's kind of good to see. Defensively, still really bad, but Patrick Waugh is our starting goalie. Let's see, how good is he when he's got literally 50 overalls playing D in front of him? Can he stand on his head for us? Let's find out. And we're out there this season here, guys. Record of 14, 63, and 5, which is good for 33 points. So, I mean, we're only halfway now to the next worst team in the NHL. I think Patrick Waugh there actually helped us out quite a bit. Lemieux, 86 points, so again, over point per game, 43 goals. Gretzky at 80, under a point per game, with Lemieux on his wing. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Wakabayashi there also didn't have as good a year. Only had 44. Last year he had like 50-something, okay? Now, the plus-minuses have gotten better, probably because Patrick Waugh's in net. We still have a minus 100 player there in Cato, but Lemieux is a minus 44. Waugh's numbers, wow. Even with 55s on D, he still had a .913 save percentage. That's impressive. He put up a shutout one game. Now, he had a 3.86 goals against, which isn't great, but, you know, Patrick Waugh, I'm definitely impressed with how he played there. Honestly, too, I'm not sure which player we're adding to the team next, because I think the next highest-rated player is Martin Brodeur, but I'm not going to add 2 goalies in a row. It just doesn't make any sense. So I think it might be Gordie Howe, actually, which means we could have just like an entire stacked first line. Draisaitl there in 116. Lemieux was on the first page. And goals is actually Ovechkin this year. And look at the awards here, guys. You got the Edmonton Oilers winning the Stanley Cup. So they make up for losing to the Leafs last year. They actually beat the Blue Jackets. Draisaitl a good season. Hart and Art Ross. I think Hedman got the Norris the last 2 years. Cole Caulfield gets the Calder. Connor McDavid with the Conn Smythe, which you kind of expect, I think, if Edmonton wins the Cup. Urizawa, I don't think he's won the Bill Masterton yet, so that's kind of cool. No Selke for us again. That was definitely, I think, a bit of a fluke, Gretzky winning the Selke, but yeah, we might be adding Mr. Hockey here. Hopefully he'll be getting us a bunch of Gordie Howe hat-tricks and bringing some life to this squad. And like I was saying, guys, the next legend we added to this team is Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey himself. So he was actually next to be added anyways. For some reason, I thought Brodeur was a 95, but he's a 94. So Howe there being added next. Best lines has him on the first line with Gretzky, Lemieux on the second line. I mean, Gretzky did better without Lemieux, so maybe this just will work. Look at that, like, half of our top 6 now is legends. So, you know, the team's starting to come together. Obviously, the defense is still trash, but we have Patrick Waugh in net. I feel, too, like, special team-wise, yeah, like, the power play there, it's going to be all the legends. For some reason, they got Gordie Howe on the second unit. I feel like he should be on the first. Lemieux and Gretzky on the PK. I wonder, too, like, for the 3-on-3, it better just be those 3. See, it's not. Personally, I think just throw those 3 out there and hope you win the game before your next unit has to go on the ice, because that's probably the better strategy to win. So let's see, can this team do better than, what was it, 33 points last year? I think they can. Now this is interesting, guys. After adding Gordie Howe to the team, we finished 13, 61, and 8, which is only good for 1 more point. 34 there. Last year we had 33, so yeah, very interesting. I think the next player we're going to add is a 94, which I think there's a few different ones we can choose. I'm definitely adding Nick Lidstrom. We need some defense. Wayne Gretzky there for the first time put up 100 points though, so that's awesome. I don't know how he put up 100 with Gordie Howe, but not Lemieux, because Gordie Howe is more of like an all-around guy, where Lemieux, of course, the scorer. But still, the 3 legends there definitely carrying. Lemieux needs some help though. He only put up 73 there with no one on his wing. Wakabayashi 39. With Howe and Gretzky, should be doing better. Again, Gretzky too, 21 minutes a night. Howe 21. Lemieux almost 19. Like, I feel these legends should really be being played more, but I feel like there's nothing we can do. We already have them on all the special teams. Patrick Waugh, .92 save percentage. Like, that's nuts. He just needs some help. 3.43 goals against. Once he has that help, he'll definitely be playing better. I'll take a look at the entire league, see where Gretzky finished with 100 points. Second there to Kyle Connor, and he had 55 goals, which wins him the Maurice Richard again. Okay, very cool. And look at the awards here, guys. Toronto Maple Leafs are again Stanley Cup champions. I think they're the first team who's won it twice. Individual awards, Kyle Connor, of course, Art Ross, and the Hart. Let's see. Gretzky got the Lady Bing this year. That's pretty cool. Punting Calder. I swear if he wins over Cider this year. Marner there at the Conn Smythe. Anderson, Vezina. Arizawa got the Bill Masterton, so we're still winning that. Gretzky got the Selke again. He also got the Maurice Richard. So Gretzky taking home the Lady Bing, the Selke, and the Maurice Richard this year. A few trophies for him, plus we got the Bill Masterton. 4 player awards ain't bad. So here you guys an updated look at the team. I'm trying Gordie Howe on the left wing. I'm hoping he'll score a little bit more there. Of course, he's got a good shot. I mean, like I said, he's a really good all-around player. I think the rest of the forwards there look the same. Finally, we've added a legend defenseman, Nick Lidstrom. He's really going to have to carry this D. I think he can do it, though. In my mind, top 2 defenseman all time. Him or Bobby Orr, take your pick. Of course, Waugh still in net. Now, one really cool thing, we're 1 player away from a full power play of legends, which I think is going to be huge. Like, how are you going to stop our power play when it's literally some of the best players of all time? Hopefully the second unit doesn't touch the ice. The 4-man power play literally is all legends. The 4-man advantage isn't very common, so not a big deal. The PK could be all legends, but I kind of like it here with Gretzky on the second unit. Give us a little bit of help. And the 3-man PK actually mixed it up a bit. I put Howe on defense because we are lacking there so much. I figured I'd make an executive decision. So we'll see if Lidstrom can give us a big boost. I think he should. Like, defense was by far our worst spot on the team. Honestly, I feel like we could probably hit 20 wins this year. And I just finished seeing the season, guys. We actually had a pretty cool record this year. 22, 55, and 5. So we did hit 20 wins. Unfortunately, 1 point shy there of 50. But still, we're getting better and better every single time. Gretzky there, only 84 points. So it's weird to see. Like, last year he had 100. And this year he only had 84. Yet really he should have done better because now we got Lidstrom, playing D behind him, was definitely going to, be better at getting the puck, helping him on the power play, things like that. So, yes, sometimes a sim doesn't do what you expect. Gordie Howe there, 73, Lemieux 70. Lemieux's had better years for sure. Lidstrom 58, so definitely, a big boost there to the team. Wakabayashi, he didn't do too great, only 25, so maybe, I don't know, the fact we have more legends, he's getting less ice time. Still out there like 18 minutes. What did Lidstrom have? 26. Gretzky over 20, which is good. Alright, so we're getting better overall as a team, which is what we're looking for. Patrick Waugh, .918, 3.27. I think his save percentage went up because he had Lidstrom playing in front of him, so that makes a lot of sense. I'll take a look at the entire league. I don't think Gretzky's 84 will be anywhere close, though. And yeah, actually, it was pretty close to the first page. Only 1 point there off of Kane, but Draisaitl there had the most goals. And the Vegas Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup this year, guys, against the Washington Capitals, so actually a rematch. McDavid there, Art Ross, and the Hart. Shea Theodore, James Norris, that's kind of cool. Doesn't usually win it. Zegers, Calder. Leonard got the Conn Smythe, so he carried Vegas there. Irizawa, who usually wins Bill Masterton, did get it. So no awards for Gretzky, unfortunately, this year. And I think the next player we add is kind of up to us. I think there's like 3 guys, all 94. Unfortunately, they're all forwards, but definitely got to make a smart decision here. Alright guys, looking at the new team here, decided to go with one of the best scorers of all time, Maurice Richard. Now, best lines has him, Gretzky, Gordie Howe as our first line. So nasty, but I'm going to make a, GM, owner decision here and put Howe on the second line with Lemieux. Balance it out a bit, so we got, 2 legends on each of the first 2 lines. Lemieux needs a bit of help, I think. Yoshida here as well should fit better on the first line. I noticed he's actually a decent skater there. We mentioned before, pretty good passing, decent shot. I feel like Wakabayashi here, he's only got 66 speed. He can't keep up with Maurice Richard and Gretzky. So we'll see how they do. Of course, defense still led by Lidstrom. Our first power play unit now is all legends, so that's going to be nasty. Like, even though we're probably still the lowest rated team in the NHL, we by far have the best power play in the NHL, not even close. Of course, Patrick Waugh still in net there. So should be an exciting season. I think, I don't know, this might be, getting ahead of ourselves. I think with Maurice Richard on the team, we might not finish last, but let's see what happens. And so now at the end of the season here, guys, we have a record of 32, 47, and 3. Honestly, I don't think it does justice for our season. We were 1 game below 500 at the Christmas break, and then, I don't know, the guys partied too hard at Christmas, came back, did not play as well. So 67 points on the year. Okay, so we did get last, but we're pretty close to second last. Like, there's a couple teams at 74. I've seen teams have much worse than 67 points in a season. Like, in our Ottawa franchise we just did, I think St. Louis, Arizona both had 55. So we shouldn't be last after we add our next legend. Lemieux there actually led in scoring with 88 points as a second liner, playing with Gordie Howe there. Gretzky 86, Gordie Howe at 83. Maurice Richard only 71, only 19 goals. What the heck? I might have to check on his player, make sure like the pass shoot attribute is where it should be for him. Nick Lidstrom 65. Lemieux was almost a plus player. That's big for us. He was plus 12 there. Howe plus 13, so that second line did well. Patrick Waugh, 0.913 and 3.38. So yeah, I can see the team is starting to come along, which I really like. Unfortunately, the next couple highest rated legends are both forwards, so we're not going to get defense for a bit. Then I think we can actually get like a full top 4D. Kucherov led in scoring with only 90 points. So just across the league, lower scoring. Lemieux finished 5th there, and Matthews won the Maurice Richard, but Gretzky finished 4th, Lemieux 6th. Not too bad. And checking out the awards here, guys, Tampa Bay gets the 3-peat. Are you kidding me? Individual here, we know Kucherov, Art Ross. He also got the Hart. Fox, James Norris, Lemieux, Lady Bing. I think that's Lemieux's first award, so cool to see. Koskinen, William Jennings, okay. Numero there, Bill Masterton. I'm not sure if he's won that yet. Definitely cool to see Lemieux getting an award. I think next we're probably adding Mark Messier. Really good two-way player. And so I just double-checked, guys. Maurice Richard's shoot pass bias is a 4 of 15, which is equal to like Austin Matthews. I don't know how he only scored 19 goals playing with Gretzky, but yeah, I don't... Literally dumbfounded. So like I was saying, guys, we've added Mark Messier to the team. Definitely have to make a couple changes here from the best lines, though. He needs to be playing center. He's got 95 face-offs. Really good D awareness. He's definitely playing on all of our PKs. Also, too, I think Lemieux should be on that first line. We'll have Gordie Howe here on the second line. And maybe we'll put Lemieux on the right side there, Richard on the left, and kind of see what that does. I mean, you got Gretzky, the greatest player of all time, greatest playmaker, with two of the best snipers ever, and Maurice Richard and Mario Lemieux on his wings. Like, if that line can't put up 100 points, I don't even know. Then Messier and Howe, they're good players, but they're also not afraid to get in the dirty areas, fight if they need to. Of course, defense is still looking a little thin. Patrick Waugh still in net. In terms of the special teams, we actually have Messier on the second unit, so that's kind of good to see. Hopefully you can help them out if they do get out there. As I mentioned, Messier, of course, leading that PK. It's all legends, even half the second unit's legends. Now, Lemieux and Richard are snipers, but they're so much better than the other guys. It makes sense for them to still be playing on the PK. So I'm excited to see, you know, will this finally be the time we don't get last? I think there's a really good chance. Now, this is very interesting, guys. I think for the first time we've actually had a setback. We finished with 60 points this year. Last year we had 67. Somehow Mark Messier made us lose 7 points. I'm sure Canucks fans are going to love seeing that one. Gretzky had 97 points, so he actually put up his overall there. Lemieux 95, okay. Richard 87. We actually have plus players for the first time as well. I don't think we had that last year. Gretzky plus 7, Lemieux plus 6, Richard plus 2. That was our first line, so they did well. I'd hope they do even better in the future. Messier only had 58 there, but still plus minus not too bad. The worst on our team was minus 66, so that's still getting better. Patrick Waugh there, 0.915 and a 3.2. I think he's actually had better years as well. So, I don't know, weird. Like, we finally have a really good line. They're actually plus minus, but we do worse in the sim. I think that's probably just luck-based, I guess. I think we have to add one more forward, and then we can actually start adding defense, which will definitely turn around the team. Like, what was my prediction? Like, once we get to 12 legends, we'll win the cup. I think that's still not too far off. There was a team with 69 there, the Red Wings. Not nice. And probably the most surprising Stanley Cup champion yet with the Chicago Blackhawks. I feel like the rest of them you'd kind of expect. McDavid there with another Art Ross. Draisaitl, though, with the Hart. Let's see, Zegras, Calder. Fleury got the Conn Smythe, so he may have just carried Blackhawks on his back. Saros there with the Vezina, very cool. Sasaski there, Bill Masterton. Looks to be our only player award. Okay, so I think the next player is Jean B&eacute, if I'm not mistaken. Like I was saying, guys, we now have Jean B&eacute added to the team. Honestly, look at that top 6. All legends. They're definitely going to carry that bottom 6. Hopefully they barely touch the ice. Defensively, though, it's Lidstrom and nothing else, so it's very barren. Again, I guess we have that high-powered offense. We'll see if it's enough. Patrick Waugh, of course, in net. Special team-wise, I mean, full power play legends. We've got a couple on the second unit. The 4-man, it's actually almost all legends for both units. We're just missing one more guy. Same goes for the PK, because I'm just playing forwards on D because they're so much higher rated. The 3-man there you can see is very solid as well. I could actually make the 3-man all legends too, but I feel like this is probably fine. So we'll see if this is the year we finally don't finish last. I feel like there's a decent chance. Alright guys, this was a huge season for us. We actually finished above 500 for the first time. So not just not last, above 500, 38, 37, and 7. 83 points there also gives us over a point per game. So huge season. Not last, over 500, over a point per game. We were actually in a playoff spot about halfway through the year. And then again, kind of like, what was it, like the 3rd or 4th year, whatever. We just started playing terrible. Not sure why. You can see there, we're like, what, 5th in the division, so we'll see where we are in the entire NHL. Gretzky went off 113 points, playing with Maurice Richard, Mario Lemieux. I'm thinking, too, we're going to add a defenseman next. That'll definitely help out this team. Maurice Richard also at 100+, Lemieux 96, Jean B&eacute 77, Lidstrom 71, Howe 71, Messier 69. Nice. Okay, so Legends getting it done. They're all plus players. Even actually one of the Japanese players, Sasaki, was a +3. Worst plus minus was Hirono there, -52. Patrick Waugh, let's see, .917, 3 goals against. That's almost down to in the 2s. That'll be a big step. I think once we add next defenseman, probably Paul Coffey, his goals against will drop into the 2s. We'll see here, does Gretzky lead the league in points? He does, 113. Awesome to see. Richard there was 5th, Lemieux 6th. And goals also goes to Gretzky, tied with Ovechkin. Pretty cool. And like I was saying, I am curious to see where we finish the entire NHL, because so far we've just been dead last. And are we a top half team? We're not. Okay, so not that good yet, but 24th in the NHL. Like, we did better than, what, 8 teams there? Like, that's definitely significant. And look at the awards for this year, guys. The Winnipeg Jets there won the Stanley Cup over the Florida Panthers. Gretzky, Art Ross. Kucherov, though, got the heart. Are you kidding me? Makar, James Norris. Gretzky, though, Lady Bing. Cider, Calder. I love seeing that. Ehlers, Conn Smythe. Anderson, Vezina. Irizawa there. Bill Masterton. Gretzky, of course, also got the Maurice Richard. So we got a few awards there. Alright, guys, I think this lineup might be the first one that makes the playoffs. Obviously, no change in that top 6, especially the first line. They went off last year. Second line looked good, too. Defensively, we got Lidstrom and Coffey as the top pair. 2 legend defensemen. Definitely going to carry this D, but Lidstrom finally has some help. Patrick Waugh, of course, you know, they're a solid top pair in front of him. We actually have an entire legend starting lineup now, which is nice to see. So if they all play minimum 20 minutes a night, a third of the game, we have legends out there, which will definitely help us out. In terms of the special teams, you can see mostly legends now. There's only a couple players from the original Japan team on the power play. 4-man power play, all legends. PK, all legends. 3-man, I still got a couple Japanese players there on D for the second unit, because they'll probably never go out, and I figured give the rest of the legends a little bit of a break. So, like I said, I'm really thinking this will be a playoff team. We'll see if I'm right. I think this game hates me, guys. We finished the record of 41, 34, and 7. You might have saw there. 89 points, missed the playoffs. Literally 2 weeks left. We were pretty comfortably in a playoff spot. I think we might have been second in the division, and then we lose 7 straight to finish out the season. Not even an OT loss we could pick up. Wow, the Canucks there at 89 as well. They must have had the tiebreaker. We just needed to go to overtime in one of the last 7 games. We would be in the playoffs right now. I can't believe that. That is honestly heartbreaking. Gretzky's going off, though, with 112 points. Lemieux's also got 112, Richard 103, Beliveau, Lidstrom, Messier, Howe. Coffey only 51. Surprised. I think he's got better offensive stats than Lidstrom, but Lidstrom's like the better all-around defenseman. Waugh here, .916, 2.79. Is in the 2s now. Was he in the 2s last year? I'm already like mixing up the seasons because we've been doing it for so much here. Let's see. Entire league. 112 from Gretzky. Lemieux actually has them tied as the Art Ross Trophy winners. And they have the exact same amount of goals, 53. So I think they're splitting the Art Ross Trophy, because I think before the goals gives you the edge, or maybe they do just split it, I forget. Marchand there and Kucherov both actually had more goals, and Maurice Richard was 3rd in scoring the entire league. So we're the top 3 scorers in the entire league, and we missed the playoffs on a tiebreaker. Unreal. Looking at the awards for this season, guys, we should have a lot. St. Louis there won the Stanley Cup. They beat Pittsburgh, actually. Gretzky got the Art Ross. And Lemieux didn't tie him for the Art Ross, so I'm not sure what the tiebreaker is, because apparently it's not goals. Maybe more regulation points. I'm thinking it has to be that. He also got the Hart Trophy. Trangelo, James Norris. Lemieux, though, got the Lady Bing. Let's see. Robert Thomas, Conn Smythe, pretty cool. I mentioned before, but I've actually played some video games with him before online. Let's see. Gretzky also got Ted Lindsay. Marchand, of course, got the Maurice Richard. So, yeah, I want to see, what did Gretzky do better than Lemieux? Can we see power play, or I guess power play points? Gretzky actually had 3 more, so Lemieux had more regulation points. What is the tiebreaker? This is insane, guys. So I just looked up the Art Ross Trophy tiebreaker. First, it's the player with the most goals. I was right, but they were tied with goals, 53 each. Then it's whoever played less games, so higher point per game, same amount of games. Then it's whoever scored the first goal of the season. What a joke of a tiebreaker. Apparently that was Gretzky. I feel like at that point, you just let them share the award. So the 10th player riding this team, guys, is Larry Robinson. We're at the halfway point. Obviously, 20 legends will be the max. Half of our defensemen are legends. The other half are in the 50s. Kind of like funny to look at. Of course, the top 6 there is the same. Still Waugh and net. It's kind of crazy. Like the power play, it's all legends but one guy. 4-man all legends. PK all legends. 3-man's now all legends. As I got Howe playing defense. This team's going to make the playoffs. And honestly, I think they have a shot at the cup this year as well. And nothing this season here, guys. The record of 52, 29, and 1. Definitely making the playoffs this year. Over 50 wins. We actually won the division. 105 points. Which, okay, I thought maybe President's Trophy. But the Capitals put up 115. I'll take it though. So, finally making the playoffs here with our 10th legend. And we actually win the division. Second in the NHL. Lemieux there with 110 points. Gretzky 109, Richard 107. So yeah, that first line is definitely the line to have. We're not breaking them up. Second line's not too bad. Coffey 70, Lidstrom 55. Okay, so Coffey did a bit better this time. Robinson 47, was a minus 22, but obviously his D partner is not the greatest. We'll see here. Still a minus 46 there. Probably a guy on the fourth line. Or actually, third line guy, which I guess makes sense. More, he's out there more often. Better chance to get a worse plus minus. Patrick Waugh, .914 and a 2.7. So pretty solid there. Again, half the team now is legends. And with half the team being legends, we're second in the NHL. Like, that's pretty crazy. When the other half is equivalent to, like, the ECHL. So, entire league, Lemieux, Gretzky, Richard, again, top 3 in scoring. That's pretty awesome. Liveau there actually on the first page as well. Goals, goes to Ovechkin again, though. Are you kidding me? Steals Maurice Richard from us. So, we're actually in the playoffs. We get to sit in the playoffs now. We have a chance at the Stanley Cup. In the first round, we are going to be playing the St. Louis Blues, who just won the Cup in our other one. We're just going to sim this thing like series by series. I don't want it to take forever. And, okay. I was worried they're going to reverse sweep us there after we went up 3-0. We got the Jets here, round 2. Let's see. Not a good start. Lost the first 3. Forced a game 6. That's where they beat us. It's kind of funny, right? Like, half the time, we should be dominating. With the other half, they're dominating us. Not a bad, first run at the playoffs. We're going to add, I think, Ray Bourque to the team next. We're going to have a full top 4D of legends. We're going to be tough to compete with. And before we look at the awards here, guys, you can see Gretzky led us in playoff scoring 15 and 12. The Jets won the Stanley Cup this year. Take a look and see who they beat. The Boston Bruins. Lemieux, of course. Actually, Lemieux got the Art Ross Trophy this year, made up for losing on the tiebreaker last time. Gretzky, though, got the Hart. That's interesting. Paul Coffey, James Norris. That's the first time we've won that. Lemieux, Lady Bing. It's all us so far. Lundell gets the Calder. I don't think we can win the Calder unless maybe one of the Japanese players. Ehlers Conn Smythe. Let's see. No longer get to Bill Masterton. That's good. Gretzky, Selke again, and Ted Lindsay. Ovi, of course, Maurice Richard. So yeah, we're winning a lot of the awards. I think adding Ray Bourque, we're going to be nice next season. So I just added the 11th legend to this team, Ray Bourque. We now have an all-legend top 4D, which is awesome. I'm really excited to see how this team will play. In terms of the special teams, it's actually all legends now, and they're in the correct position. So power play 1, power play 2 is all legends. 4-man power play. PK, I think we might have had all legends before, but it was like, forwards on D. Now it's all defensemen. Same with the 3-man PK. I'm excited to see how this team does. I think, obviously, the weak spots are bottom 6, but they're not out there too much. And even when they are out there, if we got one of the legend D pairs out there, ideally, there's never a time in the game when there's not a legend on the ice. We'll see what happens here. So we just finished the season, guys, with a record of 45, 31, and 6. Surprisingly worse than last year, even though we literally added Ray Bourque to our team for free. Still a playoff team there, 96 points. We're actually a wild card team in the Western Conference. Let's see, Gretzky went off, though, 130. Is that the most he's had yet, I think? Looking like, prime Gretzky there. Love it. Lemieux 114. Maurice Richard just one shy of 100, but Gretzky will like that number. Lidstrom 64. Messier, Coffey, Liveau, Bourque, Howe. The fact that, look at that, we actually have to go down 1 to see all the legends scoring is pretty cool. Wakabayashi there, only 12 points. I think he had, or I can't look at it because it's a new season every time, but he put up like 50 points for us one year. You can see definitely like the difference between the legend players and the Team Japan players. Plus 55 for Gretzky, then minus 34 there for Shigahara. Goaltending-wise, Patrick Waugh here, .914 and a 2.68, so not too bad. I'll take a look at the entire league. I assume Gretzky's running the league with 130, as he should be, and he is. Patty Kane, though, pretty close there at 121. You got Lemieux, Richard. Goals is Gretzky with 62. Okay, so we can start the playoffs now. Hopefully, it can get by round 2. Again, maybe we did worse in the regular season, but we'll have a better playoff run. That happens oftentimes in the sim. So we have the Vegas Golden Knights here in the first round. Come on, Jack Eichel's not getting through 11 legends. Let's see. Ooh, maybe he is. We won the first game and lost the next 4. Alright, so I think next might be Joe Sakic time. So Tampa Bay won the Cup this year, guys. Gretzky averaged 2 points a game for us in the playoffs, and we won 1 game. That's insane. Just goes to show you, the playoff sim is, so crazy. I guess we don't have any depth at all, though. Gretzky, Art Ross, and the Hart. Fox, James Norris. We have 4 legend defensemen. Can't get the James Norris. Gretzky, Lady Byng, Mercer, Calder. I think that's the first time he's gotten it. Let's see. Lindgren, Bill Masterton. Surprised Patrick Waugh hasn't won a Vezina yet, actually, because we do have, 4 legend defensemen now. Gretzky, Selke, Gretzky, Ted Lindsay, Gretzky, Maurice Richard. Is that 5 trophies? 6 trophies for Gretzky. Jeez. He went off. Like I was saying, guys, I just added Joe Sakic to the team. I've actually got him on the second line because he's really good offensively. Wrist shot's insane, 98 accuracy. And he's playing with Liveau and Gordie Howe, so they're going to be a nice line, I think. Messier's on the third line. He's more defensive, so we'll see if he can kind of prop up the 2 wingers he's playing with. Defensively, there's the same. Special team-wise, Sakic's obviously involved in all the power plays. I think I just don't have, like, Robinson now on one of the power plays, as I believe he's the most defensive. PK there, 3-man PK. We have extra legends now for the special teams, which is kind of crazy to think about. So we'll see if Sakic can be the difference maker here, help us get that Stanley Cup. Down the end of the season here, guys, we're back to 50 wins, 51, 21, and 10 record, 112 points, which is good for the President's Trophy, so that's awesome. Our first President's Trophy. Gretzky 118, so he's had better years, but I'm sure he'll take the team success. I saw he had 62 goals, that's nuts. Lemieux 108, Maurice Richard 107, so that line is just nuts. Sakic in his first year at 75 points. Gordie, Howe, Coffey, Lidstrom. Mark Messier minus 18, but I just remembered he's on that third line. Probably, helped it out a bit, though, not make it so bad. Messier still at 52, although he is getting special team time. Let's see, best plus minus. Gretzky 73. Worst there at minus 30 is not terrible. Patrick Waugh here, .913 and a 2.68, so his numbers have actually been pretty steady, honestly. So we'll see, we're playing here in the first round of the playoffs. The Vancouver Canucks. Alright, hopefully we can get by them. I feel like we have a chance in the Stanley Cup this year. Like, the team looks pretty solid. Here we go. So, we sweep the Canucks. Well, that's a good sign. And we have the Avalanche next, though. They're a very tough team, and we got their GM playing against them. This will be a fun one. Here we go. We have the home ice advantage all throughout, too, because of the President's Trophy. Beat the Avs in 5, and we have a chance for redemption against Vegas now after I was making fun of Eichel there. 2-2. Are you kidding me? Vegas is our kryptonite. It was 2-2, it was then 3-3, and they beat us in Game 7. That's tough. And look at that, guys. Maurice Richard, 19 and 16, not bad. And look at this, guys. The Vegas Golden Knights went on to win the Stanley Cup against the Boston Bruins. Finally, our first team award, though, President's Trophy. Waiting to actually be conference champions. Gretzky there at Ross and the Hart. And Lady Byng for Gretzky. Raymond gets the Calder there. Still no Vezina either for Patrick Waugh. No Bill Masterton for us, which is a good thing. No Selke, Gretzky, Ted Lindsay, and then Maurice Richard. Okay, so honestly, since we added Sakic last time, I might add Forsberg next to, like, reunite them. So I just added the 13th legend to this team, guys, and Peter Forsberg. As I mentioned, got him reunited there with Joe Sakic. Playing on the second line with Jean B&eacute, so that should be pretty nasty. The third line's now Messier and Gordie Howe with Yoshida there, who's just along for the ride. He'd kind of be like me playing with those two. Like I said before, though, he's pretty actually nice. Good shot there, decent passing for a 60. The fourth line is kind of like our old first line, which is kind of funny, the 2 guys with the game faces. Defense, same. Special teams, you guys probably know the drill already. I mean, we have a bunch of legends. Probably any combo is going to work. I'm trying to get Gretzky and Lemieux out there as much as possible. Messier on the PK. Same with Gordie Howe. I think this might be the year. Most people say 13's unlucky, but maybe it'll be lucky for us. So the regular season just ended, guys, and we had our best year yet. 58 wins, 19 losses, 5 overtime losses for 121 points, which again had us winning the President's Trophy. Gretzky there, though, less than 100 points. I'm thinking that's just because we have too many good players now. He mustn't be getting the ice time. Actually, it's pretty similar, so weird. Lemieux, Richard, both 93. Liveau, Sakic, 80. Messier, Howe, Ray Bourque, Coffey. Forsberg only 57, but he was playing third line. Plus-minus wise, is it finally, like, not too bad? Hirano there, minus 20, even on the fourth line, but why are they giving him 10 minutes a night? Like, we almost don't need the fourth line at this point. Like, come on. Goalies here, Patrick Waugh, .912 and a 2.53. Not too bad. We won the President's Trophy. First round to either the Blackhawks or the wild card in the Pacific. And we're playing the Calgary Flames here. Okay, so we're a much better team on paper with a better record. Can you get by the Sea of Red here? And, oh my gosh. Okay, we get by them in 6. They tied it up, though, made it 2-2. The Avalanche again. We got their GM. We got a fan favorite in Forsberg. Okay, we're up 2. There we go. We get by them in 5. Next here's McDavid. McDavid versus Gretzky. We've also got Messier. We've got Coffey as well. Okay, let's see if we can stop them. Here we go. Conference final. I'm not sure what happened there in Game 1. But, oh my gosh, that was a game. We lost an OT of Game 1. Then we lost again. We were actually down in that series. 2-1, but we tied it up. Then we were down 3-2. We won the next 2 games in a row with an OT win, Game 5. Tampa Bay Lightning now to win the Stanley Cup. Let's see. Lemieux there. He's got 25 points in 18 games. Can we get this done? I'm going to sim it like a couple games at a time just so I can see what's going to happen here. We're up 2 games to none right now. 4-0 win, a 2-1 OT win. Head to Tampa. 4-3 win. Can we get it done here in Game 4 with the sweep for our first Stanley Cup? We're up 3-0 in the first. Lemieux, Gretzky, Forsberg. 4-0 now. I feel like this is going to be all she wrote unless we just absolutely fall apart here. But we got Patrick Roy on net. All the legends have crazy poise too. So these guys, they've been here before. They know what it takes to win. Is Patrick Roy going to get a... I'm not going to say it. I want to jinx it. I'm not going to say the word. 5 minutes left to go though. Team is still looking good. Alright, so I'll jump in here. I'll show you guys, some of the cutscenes there. Right there's Gretzky on Team Japan. Definitely an interesting look. And look at that, guys. Our ratings are actually kind of interesting. 92 offense, 77 defense, and 76 goaltending. So really the ratings aren't as crazy as they should be because, the lower rated Japan players are just probably pulling them down so much. Alright, guys, a couple seconds to go now, and there we have it. Team Japan is finally Stanley Cup champions. Took 13 legends to get it done. I might have noticed there too, we actually got an extra goal from Ray Bourque with like 10 seconds left. Patrick Roy gets the shutout. He's got a 3rd Stanley Cup ring in his year now. There you go. So pretty cool to see that backup goalie there. I don't think he barely ever plays, but he's still getting his name on the Stanley Cup. Honestly, I forget, what did I predict at the beginning? I either said 11 or 12. I think I said 12, so I was 1 off there. It took an extra season. We definitely got robbed the 1 year. We had 89 points. And who knows, if we got in, maybe we would have got it done. That would have been pretty impressive because it ended up taking a few more legends. But very cool experiment to kind of see what happened here. And there you have Wayne Gretzky, captain of Team Japan. Peter Forsberg there. That's Larry Robinson behind him. Actually did a pretty decent job here on a lot of the legend game faces. Nick Lidstrom wearing 14. I hate to see that. I'm not sure who on the team got 5 over top of him. And the Conn Smythe winner for the playoffs is Maurice Lemieux. He had 11 points, which is wrong, so we'll definitely have to check that after. And his game face is actually not too bad either. And there you go, guys. Wayne Gretzky going out to lift the Stanley Cup. I love the C, the 99. They almost look like Canada jerseys, honestly, with the white and the red. So it honestly kind of fits him, aside from the fact, it says Japan across the front opposed to Canada. Gretzky there with the cup. Took 13 legends. Not too bad, so just slightly over half. And the first player to get the cup there was Jean B&eacute. Nick Lidstrom gets it after him. And right there, guys, you have our goalie, Patrick Roy, lifting the cup. Definitely had to suffer through some rough seasons with only one, NHL caliber D-man on the team. But it was worth it in the end. And there you have it. Pretty cool to see all the legend faces, even some of the Team Japan players there in the back. And right there, guys, you can see Lemieux's actual playoff stats, 31 points in 22 games. He definitely went off for us. Definitely deserving of that Conn Smythe trophy. Gretzky, Sakic, Richard, B&eacute all had a point per game or higher. Patrick Roy's stats there honestly could have been better. 0.91, 2.7. He usually had better stats than that for us in the regular season. So kind of surprising. And looking at the awards here, I want to see just how many we got. So we have Stanley Cup, President's Trophy, Clarence Campbell. Bergeron won the Art Ross Trophy. I think I forgot to check that because they had a down year. Are you kidding me? So it's a team sport. Gretzky got the Hart Trophy still. Interesting. Pasternak, Lady Bing, Mercer, Calder, Lemieux, Conn Smythe. Patrick Roy also never won a Vezina. I feel like Kemper honestly won it more than him. Won a lot of Bill Mastertons, none this year. No Selke, Gretzky, Ted Lindsay, Matthews, Maurice, Richard. So of course the year we hardly win any player awards, the year we win the Stanley Cup, but I'll take it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.